Hello, thank you very much for grabbing the £200 email. My name is Sean Marriott. I am a copywriter and email marketing specialist for online coaches or businesses in the fitness industry who operate primarily online. That is me. So this email, my client Tom is a personal trainer. He was running an online challenge, Shed and Sculpt, that he ran. Just to go through, let's share my screen and I will tell you exactly how this email did. So from day one, Sean was collecting all relevant information, blah, blah, blah. This led to the most successful launch could have asked for. Previous launches were 9 and 7. The first one was shown on my side at 23 signups, and then multiple successful launches of over 25 clients each. So since coming into Tom and giving him the templates and getting him the work done, he went from 9 and 7 people on his coaching launches to 23 when I first started, and then since then a couple over 25. So this shit worked, right? And here is exactly what happened with the email. So first things first, subject line. Subject lines carry a lot of weight in emails. Some people put the entire weight of the email on subject lines. I don't. I think that your open rate massively relies on subject lines, but not entirely. It's also based on trust and how warm the prospect is who's on the list and all that kind of stuff. So first things first, headline, relatable, use of profanity, name and emoji to draw attention. I don't always use all these three, but likely at least one in most subject lines. If you use the same one over and over, it loses value. When a notification pops up for this email, it's probably going to stand out from the rest. Ever had a shit PT, Sean? It is bump, 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 3 points of attack to make it stand out. Now, at the top of the email, we've got the logo, nice and clean. It's just like a banner for the top, more like letter-headed paper. It looks nice and neat, but as you see, the way it fits into the email is just, it flows very well. It looks right. And on mobile, it is also the same width of the screen too. So there we go. First things first. Hi, Sean. Nice little greeting. Some people don't like greetings. They think that they're a waste of time. They think that it's a waste of space, which it can be, right? But also, it's a nice touch and people don't always read it anyway. So they'll just skim past it, right? The most important thing is how you start it from like this point. So for every decent coach out there, there are 10 more flooding your Insta feed with absolute shit. Lead paragraph, right? This is going to sound like I'm jealous and a bit butthurt, to be honest, but put yourself in my shoes. So this is instantly relatable, right? Everybody who is looking for a coach or a personal trainer knows there are a load of shit ones out there. They just don't know which are the good and which are the shit. So your job as a coach is to stand out among them. The easiest way to stand out among them is to use a strategy, which is us versus them or common enemy approach. So what we're doing here is we're siding with the customer and we're saying, you know what? There's some fucking idiots out there. You better be careful, right? Tom isn't one. Tom is a very, very good coach. And this only works if you are a very good coach. So this is going to sound like I'm jealous and a bit butthurt, but put yourself in my shoes. We're being relatable. Thousands spent on a sports science degree, extra courses and learning from industry experts, and 5 years in-person experience on the job. Central, it draws the eye down the page. It's a list, 3 items, flows well, feels comfortable to the reader. When this comes in your inbox, you're like, there's exciting typography on the page, which is like the art of the text. Only to have people put off by my services due to past experiences. Experiences with young lads whose only coaching experience comes from someone else taking them through a holiday prep. Could possibly change this one. So there's the repetition here of experiences and experiences flows very well. It pulls you down the page. It's very, from a writing technique perspective, it's very, very good. It's very catchy. I would criticize this though, coming back to it now and saying probably could have picked a better word there. Only lads who's coaching knowledge, who's coaching expertise. Pick a different word just because that repetition looks like sloppy writing as opposed to this repetition, which looks like clean and well targeted. Their only goal for the business being funding their supplements. So again, we are siding with the reader. We are going to you versus them. We are calling out what they're already thinking, and we are showing them we relate. So this is where, like, a lot of people do pain point driven content, and the pain point driven content is aimed at poking pain points, right? But pain isn't the right way to look at it, right? Empathy is the right way to look at it. By highlighting the pain, you are showing the reader you understand. We're not highlighting the pain necessarily here, unless they've been burned by a shit PT before, which is the point of it. But the pain that we're highlighting isn't an obvious pain. It's very subtle. We are highlighting the fact that we understand exactly what these people are thinking, and we know what's going on. We're getting under the skin. Criticism reinforces the niche. Tom is a straightforward, no bullshit coach looking to coach Gen Pop clients through quick and sustainable change. This is how they think, so this is how we talk. So yeah, it's quite frustrating, Sean. name again, right? Never underestimate how much attention people pay to their own name. Dropping it in keeps them hooked. Your dog only knows a few words, but goes crazy when it hears the ones it knows. So that's the thing, right? People's names, all of this is about, right, is this is the same way that you would put a reel out and you would constantly be re-hooking people. We're doing the same in the email, right? And you'll notice that this has got absolutely nothing to do with an algorithm. This is just about psychology, right? So the writing of the email, the way that it flows, the techniques we're using to keep people hooked and enjoying the email. Not only are we using psychology from a buying perspective and relatability, we're also using it just purely from the reading perspective. Here's what I do to combat it. Subheading, leaning into body, underline and large to pull back anyone who got bored in the lead. If you were reading through here and you're going da 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 da, you wouldn't keep going da 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 all the way down the page because you go da 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 da. Oh, here's what I do to combat it. It's all right, okay, pulling them back round to focus. A couple of times a year, I run a heavily discounted coaching challenge. Draw attention to price. Money is emotive. Also, a subtle mention of the product we're trying to sell in the email. It's like a pre-suggestion of the solution. 8 weeks of graph to get you insane results in no time at all for less than a third of my usual price. Why? Because I want you to understand how easy it is to get these results with the right guidance. What a nice guy. And I don't think money should really be the deciding factor on how long you live a happy and healthy life for. Boom. Very emotive, bold, niche line. This sentence draws the eye. It's the bullseye with the business and client values. Tom doesn't give a shit about your money. Tom gives a shit about results. We're all in it for the money. Nobody's stupid, right? But the coaches who want results for clients and are passionate obviously do a lot better. If you are a coach who is passionate with results for clients and you are shit at selling that, you will not go very far. If you are a coach who's passionate for results and clients and you operate your business by investing in people like myself who can help you perform better with the marketing, my God, you are flying. Being on this email list gets you an even better discount. Unique, specific, targeted. You can join Shed and Sculpt for only £109 if you click below. Price point made obvious. You know exactly what you're clicking through to. Precedes the first CTA and the yellow button below. Again, drawing the eyes down the page. This button wasn't a horrible, disgusting, sicky color on the email. It's just, for some reason, that's how I put it in here. But there's the button. You click that and it takes you to the page that's no longer active. But essentially, they know exactly what they're clicking through to. Anybody who clicks on this email, and this is the thing, right? If you're looking at your email stats and you're looking at open rates and click-through rates, your click-through rate is bullshit if they don't know what they're clicking. If they're clicking because they need to find out more and need to close that loop, cool. But if on the other end of that is something they're not interested in, your emails look like they're performing, but they're not really doing the job. On here, anybody who clicks it knows they're paying £109 to sign up. You can join for £109. Boom, 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 get it. That's £109 for a bespoke training plan, nutritional guidance, weekly follow-ups from me to hold you accountable, access to my full resource library. No more guessing. Another list. We're now in the body. So in theory, anyone who made it this far is here to stay. All we need to do now is keep them engaged. Longer lists are fine as long as we've already taken the shot. This is just hammering it home. Essentially, what we want is a nice, powerful lead up. And then for anybody who doesn't go, yeah, it's for me, then we're just info fucking them at the end of this. We're just giving them as much reason and persuasion as we can in a non-shitty arm twisting way. But okay, so you're not already sold. Here's some more stuff to sell you. Also, if you win, you get the £250 prize. Another reason to join. These emails are aimed at selling the final places in the final week of product launch. You wouldn't go this heavy on every email, but this email is relentless. It has a job to do. Questions, drop me a message here. And this, a new CTA, if they haven't bought, they've pulled them further down the funnel into messages. This link goes straight to Tom's WhatsApp with a bespoke message. In one click, people are setting up to have their objections handled. It's making it very easy, right? We're making it, because WhatsApp is more native than emails. People like to use WhatsApp, nice and informal, rather than emails. They've got so many choices on how they move closer to a sale in one email. My 8-week challenge, Shed and Sculpt, launches on the 14th of October. Urgency. This email went out on the 8th. They've got 6 days left. 8 weeks to drop body fat, build strength, and turn up for Christmas dinner in the shape of your life. Another list of 3, slightly different format, flows very well, summarizes the program. Another little bit of urgency as well, because you start on the 14th of October and then you look sick by Christmas. What else are you going to do with the next 2 months, Sean? Bold breaks up the body of text. Name is dropped again to keep the eyes moving. It's also quite a conversational tone with a rhetorical question. The brain loves little questions. Nice, easy, thought-provoking ones, that is. Nothing deep. Click here to secure your spot. You get the whole package for £109. One final CTA. Links you to the sales page for a challenge. Take a look at that if you like to. Can't because it's gone now. So this is the email, right? my criticisms for this, I could potentially go a little bit heavier in the paint. I could show a little bit more empathy by siding with people and really kind of driving that home of these other shit coaches and how skeptical people are of the industry. I could have also stacked a little bit more value and gone, right, okay, so £109 with the chance to actually earn money on it if you do well. Also, because we're saying it's a third of the price of the usual coaching, we could have had like that times 3 crossed off, that kind of thing. So yeah, that is Google's trying to kick me out of the call. Let's stay in the call, I guess. I hope that means it's recording. But yeah, all of these techniques you can apply to different emails. I would not advise sending an email like this unless you have teed it up perfectly, right? This kind of email is so heavy on the sell that if you send this as the first email in the sequence, it ain't going to work, right? But as I say, we launched this as I think it was like a 2-week launch phase, maybe even longer. And this went out 6 days before. Everybody already knows about it. They're already warmed up, already nurtured. We've already earned the right to tackle them with this. And by this point, this is a full-blown sales pitch, right? This is essentially, it's like a very short sales page in an email. And yeah, it'll take them straight through. So this takes them through to the buying page. You could even straight link them in this, to be fair. They don't need any more value. This bit here is sending them through to the landing page or the payment page isn't as helpful as just sending them a Stripe link, because they're not going to find out any more information. They're just going to dawdle. And that's what this section's for here, for the thinkers, for the people who still need more information, and for the people who've still got objections to handle. Your emails should be nurturing and warming up and pre-selling everybody. If they are buying a straight, nice, cheap, easy price point product, you can advertise it in the email. If they're signing up for coaching, and 100%, if it's not a one-off, you should definitely be having a conversation with them to handle the objections. But the more objections that are handled in their brain before they bring them to you to try and fight with them over it, the better. So write better emails. That's how you do it.